Good morning, Malibu. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I'm Shayla Girardin.
And I'm Alex Fisher. Grab a cup of coffee because Good Morning Malibu starts right now. Well, happy Friday, everyone. Good morning. It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's our last show of the semester.
I can't believe
thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a good one. A little sad.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already over.
The semester has
flown by. But
well, time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, I guess it does fly. But anyway, so thank you again for joining us this morning on Good Morning Malibu. We have a lot to talk about today.
We have a lot to talk about. And speaking about time flying,
yes.
It's that time of year again. It's graduation.
Graduation is already here. It's time to bring out those caps and gowns. Misha, Gretchen, and Max, we're talking to you. Seniors began graduating today from the School of Public Policy. Veteran news correspondent from Fox News, Britt Hume, will deliver the commencement address at today's School of Public Policy graduation that's taking place on Alumni Park. The graduation ceremony will take place this morning at 10:30 a.m., so in just a few hours. And Seaver graduation isn't far away either. Our seniors will walk across the stage on Saturday, May 2nd at 10:30 a.m. So it is, I have to say though, for Pepperdine, we graduate so early. I mean, we're a little too early for even Hallmark. If you go to Hallmark and want to buy a graduation card, you're not going to find it quite yet.
I've never heard someone say that before. We're too early for graduation cards. That's a good point, though. We are really early, and we have that whole extra month of summer that I don't really know what to do.
It's difficult for internships. It's difficult but I will say it is nice when you go out to apply for jobs because they're like, well, we really haven't thought about hiring anyone right now, so you're kind of like at the top of the list, which is nice. But I will say, Pepperdine is starting a week later in the fall, and we'll be getting out even a week later in of next year because they're trying to we used to graduate in the middle of April. And now they're like, okay, maybe we should kind of postpone
Pushing it back a little bit, slowly or surely.
Bit.
We got that extra week of Christmas break, but it's exciting. Graduation season is kicking off.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. And the Pepperdine commencement speaker for the Seaver graduation is making some waves. Elizabeth Holmes, you might know her. She was just named to the Time 100 list of the world's most influential people. So the list was released yesterday and also included names like Kanye West, Emma Watson, and Pope Francis. So at only 31 years old, Holmes is the world's youngest self-made billionaire and is being compared to visionaries like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. So no pressure to the graduating seniors. You guys can take it on. So you can see Holmes speak and watch our seniors walk across the stage. It's going to be a great day during graduation, as we said, which is Saturday, May 2nd. I'm going to be there.
I'm going to be there as well.
It's so exciting. We've seen a lot of people from Newsways and Good Morning Malibu are graduating, and it's going to be such a great commencement address.
I think so too.
Excited.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see Holmes speak.
Yeah, I think, and she's one of the most influential people. She made Times Magazine's most influential people. So, for you graduating seniors, maybe you'll be influenced to become the next billionaire.
Yeah, hey.
I mean, how cool would that be?
You guys can. We have faith in you.
We have.
You can do it,
and
what an accomplishment too to make that.
And we also, it's great that she kind of stepped in at the last minute. We had Sir Anthony Hopkins kind of. He had some prior commitments and he had, so she came in the 11th hour, stepped in, and we're very excited to have her.
Yeah, very excited to have her. Very excited to hear her speak too.
Yeah.
And other Malibu news: Malibu's historic Adamson House and Museum is reopening its doors today. So the Malibu landmark was closed for over a month, but is now back open to the public. An internal dispute between board members of the Adamson House Foundation is blamed for the closure. So the dispute reportedly led to the resignation of 35 individuals and a significant portion of the board on March 1st. So, a little bit of controversy there, but it is back open. It's a huge wedding venue as well. And it's
very popular place in Malibu.
It's such a landmark for Malibu. Yeah. So much history.
It's been here for over 86 years. This is kind of the first time that this is closed. This is kind of a big deal for Malibu. People were kind of going, what does this mean? Does this mean that it's going to be closed for good? Is it going to reopen?
Absolutely.
Luckily, it is going to reopen. They had a sign on the door that said, we are closed. Yesterday, that sign changed from closed to open tomorrow, which is, that was yesterday. So
it's today.
So they're starting kind of those museum tours today and tomorrow. So it's good that
I'm
dispute
really
is over.
excited because it is a Malibu landmark and people do know it, and so I'm really glad that the doors are reopening. Like you said, everyone was a little worried.
It's very popular in Malibu, and it's really popular for Pepperdine as well. So, anyways, well, it's definitely we had a couple of warm days this past week, but it looks like there's going to be a cool down. Ross is here with us. It'll bring us the latest weather. Ross, how does it look?
Well, thank you, Alex and Shayla. It's hard to believe that the semester is already coming to an end. And thank you, viewers, for joining us today. My name is Ross Seaman. Let's take a look first at our first weather story. Believe it or not, while we are hitting temperatures in the mid-80s here in Southern California, only a few states to the east are still getting snow. Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming were coated with snow late last weekend and into this past weekend. Not just the Rocky Mountain peaks, but Salt Lake City itself experienced 5.8 inches of snow. Denver experienced 4.1 inches and 5.2 inches in Cheyenne. This weather even led to a 70-vehicle pileup in Cheyenne last Thursday. Wow, so it looks like we're getting a lot of snow in our Midwest region here. So first, let's go ahead and take a look into our surf report. The surf report actually looks pretty decent today, with waves hitting 1 to 2 feet over at Surfrider, Latigo, and Point Dume. And then, of course, at Zuma Beach, we're going to hit waves of 2 to 3 feet, some maybe even bigger than that. And then at Topanga, we're going to hit waves heights of 1 to 3 feet, as well as Chart House being a little flat today, and Sunset Point hitting wave sizes 1 to 2 feet. And if we take a look into our current weather conditions, it looks like we're going to have about 30% chance of sun today. I'm just joking, I had to get that in one more time. But currently it's 54 degrees out with some sun, and we're going to have a high today of 77 degrees. Our sunset's going to be just about at 7:27 tonight. And then if we look into our regional temperatures, currently it's going to hit a high of 81 with a low of 50 over here in Thousand Oaks, and Agora Hills hitting a high of 81 with a low of 52. And then of course in Calabasas hitting our highest temperature with a high of 84 and a low of 54. And then right here in Malibu hitting a high of 77 with a low of 57, and our lowest temperature over in Santa Monica with a high of 75 and a low of 57. And then finally into our weekend forecast. Today's going to be the nicest day of the weekend, hitting a high of 74 with a low of 54. It's going to be sunny, and the sun's going to continue throughout the remainder of the weekend. We're going to hit a high on Saturday of 70 with a low of 52. And then, of course, Sunday hitting a high of 67 with a low of 50. And we're going to stay sunny throughout the weekend and early into next week, and with some clouds moving in early next week. And that wraps up our weather report today. Thank you guys so much for joining us throughout this semester. Back to you, Alex and Shayla. Over and out.
So the sun is going to be here for the weekend, but then clouds next week. Will there be a chance of rain? I don't know.
And Coachella's this weekend,
Yeah.
so I'm glad we're going to have some good weather and nice weather here in Malibu.
But it looks like we cannot get rid of that warm, or we cannot get rid of the cold, cloudy, rainy weather yet,
But,
quite yet.
yeah,
Which,
we
to tell you
need
the
it.
truth,
We need
I'm
that
not.
rain,
I'm not
so-
complaining about that at all. I'll take next. I can take. I'll take the weather or the cold, wet weather.
The cold
anytime.
never bothered you anyway,
Yeah,
right?
well, I know it
As
didn't bother
Elsa
you
would
anyways.
say.
Anyways, switching gears right now, Wikileaks has published a searchable database of every Sony email and document that was stolen by hackers last year. The U.S. government blames North Korea for the hack, which temporarily shut down the movie studio and exposed embarrassing emails from the top executives. Sony blasted Wikileaks, saying it strongly condemns the indexing of stolen employee and other private and privileged information. So, this was kind of a big news story a couple months ago with the interview that was, being released back in December. They decided to not release it. Then they said, just kidding. We'll have kind of like a couple days where we'll have it. It's now on Netflix, I believe.
Yeah, it was so much controversy. I didn't end up seeing the movie.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I know that this has definitely been something that has been in the news, a couple weeks ago. But interesting to see how WikiLeaks has now published these emails. So
yeah, it's so much controversy, such a controversial topic, and
is.
it's resurfacing again.
yeah,
So.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere. As soon as we get back, Megan is here with all the latest news.
And Russell Crowe may not be here, but we have the next best thing. We'll talk about next week's Gladiators.